So this is what 55 cases of Q case looks like. There's another main line right there. That's what I've pulled out so far. They're all mainline, regular, non-super. And this is the only area I've cleared out. Just for perspective, that is all fresh dump Q case. And I've been here for about 25 minutes and I've only been able to basically work through this corner. So incredible task, incredible feat. I'm not going to be able to get much out of here. I was able to find so far a Datsun and a Baja Bug treasure hunt. I'm sure there are many more treasure hunts in here, but we've got one. That's all I'm really looking for. But I wouldn't mind finding a couple more wagons, so I'm going to keep digging in here. This bin started about halfway full last week with 30 cases, and out of the 30 cases, 7 supers were pulled, not by me, but definitely something to consider. So definitely looking through here, but it's going to take two hands. I just wanted to kind of document this and show just how many cars were in this case. It's absolutely phenomenal, right? All right, back to it. Here we go. If I pull anything else out, I'll stop and see if I can start the camera up and show it again. There's a lot of people lurking around right now. This is the time of closing, so at this Walmart, there's going to be a lot of the big time hunters coming in, so I got to work quick. So I'll come back if I find anything. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I am sure that everyone is curious as to what I actually found in that massive dump bin of death. Yeah, you heard me right. I said on the video there were 65 cases, but there were actually 80 Q cases, 2023 Q cases dumped into that bin over a period of a week. There was about 35 to 40 cases dumped the previous Saturday, and last night was a Friday night. We were there and they had just put out another close to 40 cases. And so I was not first on the scene, though I was very close to being first on the scene. But as you can see from the video, I found, I think, 6 or 7 of the Volvo estates that were non-super treasure hunts. They were the mainline version. So unlucky in that, but I was able to pull a couple of things out of there that I was absolutely looking for. And of course, there were multiples of these, but I did not need more than one. And I am talking about this guy right here. This is the Volkswagen Baja Bug. And of course, as we can see, that is the treasure hunt from the Q case. So now I am one treasure hunt away from being complete for 2023. And it's basically due to the fact that we saw very little of the case of the treasure hunt that I'm looking for, and it is the time shifter out of the M case. So anybody out there that may have one that they want to trade, or they have treasure hunts that they may have missed, I definitely have duplicates and multiples of others. We can maybe work out a trade. That would be super cool. But yeah, the time shifter is it, but I was so glad to get this one. This is really well done, and the colors on this Baja Bug are absolutely perfect. And there you go. There's the little treasure hunt symbol right there above the right rear fender, but really cool. And one that I was also really glad to find, and I'm sure I could have found a lot more of them, but I was not going to spend 3 hours digging through 80 cases of Q case to hopefully find, you know, 1 or 2 things. And I really wish they would not do this, because the cards in that bin are going to get damaged. The weight of all of those cars, everything below maybe the first couple of layers, they're already starting to get damaged, and it's a shame that they do that. But you know, it is a great way for people to get a lot of cars quickly, especially from one case. And of course it was all Q case, but I really wish they would consider putting them out in, you know, little bits at a time, maybe 5, 6 cases at a time, using traditional dump bins. But a lot of the Walmarts in our areas do that. But anyway, here's the other one that I was able to pick up. Not the super, but it doesn't really matter. This is number 2 for me, and this one will be an opener. So I was glad to find another one. They have been very, very hard to find, even in the mainline version. And I'm just glad I was able to find a nice one that was close to the top, and I'm sure there was more, but you know what? Other people in the area are looking for these too, so they need a chance to be able to find some too. I was not going to be the guy that went in there and took every Datsun 510 that I could possibly find. I saw 6 or 7 more of the treasure hunts too, and I left them behind because I want other collectors in the area to have a shot at getting some of them too. So definitely glad I found those. And another casting that I pulled out of there that I was really looking forward to in the Q case. Some of you might love it, some of you might not, but as you can see, I do have exotics right here on the wall. I do have some McLarens. And so along those lines, it is this beauty right here, the McLaren. I think it's pronounced the Solus, and it is the GT version of the McLaren Solus. Absolutely beautiful casting. I love everything about this casting, and it's a McLaren, so you can't go wrong. And I'm hoping that they release this in a couple of other colorways in 2024. It is out of the Hot Wheels Exotics. Super, super cool. And then another one that I was really happy to find, which I believe is a Q case. It might be N, but I did not find it in, or P. I did not find it in that case. And of course, I'm talking about the 54 Lincoln Continental. I love the Lincoln. One of my favorite castings of this last year was, of course, that 64 Lincoln right there, the Matrix. Absolutely cool. And so I'm glad I was able to get it in a mainline version as well, because I don't intend to open up that Matrix car unless I do find another one. But this one is great. It's really just set up as a classic Lincoln that is in a lowrider format. Beautiful pinstriping on it. This beautiful like purplish pink design. And I love the gold laced wheels with the gold bumpers and the gold base. So really cool. And then this, of course, is a recolor, but it's an absolutely awesome recolor. I love this. It is, of course, the Audi 90 Quattro. This came out earlier in the year in white. I think it looks fantastic in this red, and super, super cool overall. Glad I was able to find this one as well. I'm not a big fan of the aero disc wheels on this. This is definitely a candidate for a wheel swap. I'm thinking about maybe putting some white 10 spokes on this one and see how that actually comes across. So I may pick up another one that I can pop open. There were plenty of these. I can go back there a week from now and I'll still be able to find plenty of these. So I'm not really worried about picking up multiples at the time that I pick them up. So that's cool. And then last but not least, we've got the redesigned casting of the beautiful 92 Dodge Viper RT10. And I like that they kept this one very simple. A la Matchbox, there is not a lot of tampo work on this. We have, of course, the beautiful taillight tampos and headlight tampos. So there's the headlights right there. You got the nice Dodge Viper up there on the front. And of course, these beautiful taillights back here. But other than that, very, very simple. But I didn't buy it for the tampo work. I bought it for the casting. So super glad that I was able to grab one of these in a very clean card. Again, there were probably 60 of these in the bin. I could have grabbed multiples, but one's enough, you know? And that's the thing about this hobby, guys. You walk up on 80 cases like that and it's overwhelming. They're everywhere. Everything that you were looking for from the Q case is staring you in the face. But you've got to be able to decide what is something that you're going to keep and what is just going to become fodder for your dump bin. And if you're keeping, you know, cases and cases and cases of cars stored away in big tubs, and why? Why do you do that, and why do you need to do that, right? There's really no reason. If they're not going to be displayed and they're not going to be out, or they're not going to be open for you to play with, you know, why have them? You know, excess, it's very easy to do in this community and in this collecting format. And, you know, at $1 or $1.18 or excuse me, whatever they go for today at your individual retailer, it's really easy to buy a lot at a time and they start to add up. So, you know, hone your collecting, decide what it is you really want, and just go after the things you really want. Don't have FOMO. Don't feel like you're going to miss out on something or you're going to not get something, or go and collect the things that you absolutely love the most and have those. And everything else, you know, somebody else, that's something they love. Let them go for those things. But, you know, don't create your own Hot Wheels store where you basically are stuck with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of castings that may never even see the light of day. So off the soapbox, just wanted to wrap up what I did find inside that bin. I know there would have been some more collectors coming in this morning. I tipped off a few of my local hunting buddies that it was there, and they already let me know that they were able to get a couple of the castings out of the dump bin as well, including the treasure hunt. So I'm glad I was able to help other people get those cars that they were looking for. Would have been nice to find the super treasure hunt, but in all honesty, the Volvo is not one that I was really, you know, seeking to get. If I get it, great. If I don't, great. So far, up to date on my super treasure hunt count, I have A all the way through the G case. I'm missing the J case Supra. I am missing the N case Porsche, the M case Mighty K, and of course the two latest ones, which are the 510 wagon and the newest one, which is that Volvo Estate. I might get them all, I might not. I'm not going to pay, you know, eBay prices for them. If I get a trade for one, I will, but that's okay. If I don't get them all, I don't get them all. Every single one, with the exception of one for this year, I have found in the wild, so I'm happy about that. A few of them I found multiples of. It seemed like I was getting never-ending Mazda Cosmos and never-ending Renaults there for a while, but I was able to trade those and get some of the other ones that I was missing, and I also passed on a couple to people who could not find them, so I'm always happy to help people out. But anyways, guys, stay tuned. I'm going to be making a pretty quick trip here for the Thanksgiving holiday. We'll be headed down to Mexico, where I'm going to be doing some hunting. And I did note that within proximity of where we will be staying, there are a couple of places I will be able to hunt for some die-cast. So if I get a chance to get out there and do that, I will. I'll catch the footage. And I'm hoping that I come across some older cases, some older cars down there, stuff I may have missed, or who knows, come across some things that, you know, I may not have been able to pick up while they were released. So it doesn't have to be chases. It doesn't have to be supers. Sometimes it's just cool to find older stuff that you may have missed and that you want to add to your collection. So stay tuned for that. I'll grab the footage there. I may do some Instagram posts and get that up there. If you haven't followed me over at Instagram, please head over there. It's at SuperJDM Diecast, and you'll be able to find me there, and you can just give me a follow and kind of see what I'm doing as I'm down there in Mexico. So glad you guys came along today. If you haven't subscribed and this is your first time to the channel, please consider subscribing. You get to see a different perspective of the way that I do my collecting and the way that I do my hunting and the things like that. And I get some cool mail calls and some cool little things that I do along the way. So check that out. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe, or it's not the subscribe button, but the thumb. That'll give me a like, and that'll definitely help the algorithm. And if you want to see these videos when they come out, hit the bell icon in the corner, and that'll let you know that my video has just popped up. But hey guys, thanks again to everybody who's been getting me there. I'm almost to 600. So when I get to 600 subscribers, we will be doing another giveaway. I'm about 12 away right now. So if you got a friend, a brother, a cousin's former roommate of your brother that hasn't subscribed yet, have them hop on there, subscribe to the channel, let them know they qualify for possibly a free die-cast car out of it. And anybody that's already a subscriber, I'm basically going to have you throw something in the comments. I haven't decided yet, and that'll qualify you to be able to pick up my 600 subscriber giveaway, which I guarantee you're going to want. So stay tuned for that. And until the next time, guys, this is Super JDM Diecast. I am out.